Hey everybody, I realize that some people may not have been able to be at the staff meeting last week, or we went over this information really quickly, and maybe just having a quick refresher about how to get to things might be helpful. So if you remember in our last PD session on literacy, we were looking at our progress monitoring data in order to begin establishing some skill-based small group instruction. So in case you've forgotten how to get there, we're going to go to MCPS resources and go to Amplify MClass. And regardless of whether or not you give dibels regularly in the testing windows or not, everyone has access to this information. So we just click on that. Now it may say to log into your district SSO. If you do that, go to that tab, that district SSO tab, start typing in Montgomery County Public Schools, and then click on our county, and it should bring you to this page, our MClass View reports. So if progress monitoring is done or testing is done, we can go to our reports page. And it is thinking, and we're going to go to reading. And here you will have a drop-down menu of different class choices. So I'm just going to elect to go to all the way down because I made progress monitoring groups for just those students that we were progress monitoring, but you can see your whole homeroom should you want to. So I might go to let me just make a quick pick here. Let's go to Miss Bensel. She's first there in the progress monitoring groups. If I go to Miss Bensel's, what you can do once you have selected your class, you can go to progress, and you can see the progress monitoring data in comparison to the beginning of year data. Remember, we don't get a composite score for our dibels progress monitoring because that is done based on suggested subtests. So you can see if the student was aiming to the goal line. Where we wanted to focus on towards the end of that meeting was going to the instruction recommendations tab and really digging into what skills might be useful in a small group skill-based group for instruction. So in this particular class, we have 4 students that are suggested for some phonemic awareness practice, and it describes what this is: to build fluency in oral segmenting words, engage in word segmentation activities, emphasizing accuracy, and gradually progress to fluency by systematically decreasing the response time. So basically, we're trying to get faster. So this is what the students can do. They can segment some parts of words. This is what they need to work on: identifying those first, middle, and last sounds in words with 3 or more phonemes, and continuing to build fluency in phoneme segmentation, building that automaticity and that rapid response. There are some language considerations if any of those students are English language learners. These are observed patterns: segments all but beginning sounds, weaker with ending sounds than initial sounds, and down here are the activities. So these are things that you could look at to help with a small group instruction. So we might find move a bear, sound deletion. You can pull up that activity. You can read the descriptor about what that is going to help you practice, and then make your best instructional decision on whether or not that would be helpful or useful to your students. So I have a lot of tabs open today, so this is taking kind of a long time to pop up. But those are some ways to make this information useful. We want to utilize that data to really inform our instruction so that we are targeting specific skills that students need in order to create accuracy and fluency and creating that automatic response when it comes to those foundational skills. You might have only 2 students suggested, but you might know of other students who are not being progress monitored where reading words in simpler patterns fluently may be helpful. You can always add students to this. This is not an end-all be-all. These are suggestions based on the patterns of errors and the things that students are getting right when they're doing their testing and their progress monitoring. Please let me know if there's any other ways I can help you analyze this data as you move forward in your skill-based small group instruction.